I'm from Compton, California. I grew up in Compton since I was 3 years old. No father figure, single mom. So growing up was kind of hard for me as far as like with the gangs and because at first it started off with me protecting myself, and then the neighborhood that I stayed in, I ended up being from that gang, and just looking for like. I reflect on it now, and I look back at it, and I look at it like, okay, I was looking for like acceptance. Just wanted to be. I didn't have brothers and sisters from my mom side, so I didn't have that many cousins. Or I had a couple cousins, but they was in Cerritos, which is like kind of like it's still LA County, but it's still like a couple cities down. And so I got into a lot of trouble, like beginning of my childhood. Like I'm gonna say it's like young, like 9. Started off as vandalism. I didn't even do that though, but vandalism, fights at school, to carrying a firearm, until my last thing, which was attempted murder. I'm incarcerated going up north, but it's like when you go up there, it's like you meet different, like it's a different culture. Southern California and Northern California is two different worlds, if that makes sense. Like our lingo is different. They probably use bruh, we use bro, something like that, for example. So when I got up there, it was still kind of like I met Scott actually when I was fighting my case, and I was seeing all the stuff he was doing, and it was kind of weird when I met him, because I was like, who is this white dude that's coming in here, thinking like, I was just looking at him like, who is this guy, He was quiet, always on his phone. So we had a group called Inside Writers, and it was a writing, and I used to like to write, so I was writing poetry. And I shared one of my writings one day, and Scott was like, I liked it, but you could have like made it longer. So that pissed me off. Like, who the fuck this guy think he is? Excuse my language, but like, I'm like, who he think he is? Trying to tell me, oh, I should write a letter. But I didn't know how to accept constructive criticism back then. So I was like, I ain't coming back to this group. So I left, and then they ended up putting me back. I asked to come back, and then he was telling me like who he was, and I was like, man, I apologize. But long story short, he followed me from juvenile hall all the way to YA. From YA to camp YA. So I got out when I was 20. And the crazy thing about it is, I got out, first day out, on a plane. Never flew. Sacramento to LAX. And I was like, that's a cool ass experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, to fly on a plane, it was like, bam, first day out. A dude gave me $100, I didn't even know him. He was like, man, like, and I told him, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm scared to be on this plane, low key. He's like, why, what's going on? I told him my whole story. He's like, oh, man. And then next thing you know, he's just, here, man. And I'm like, nah, man, you don't gotta do that. No, man, here, man, just go do something with it. He like, go buy a drink or something. I'm like, I can't drink, I'm only 20. Like, he like, man, do something. So I end up flying. I met the ARC, went to the housing, got a job like 5 days after I was out. Actually, not even 5, like 3 days, because it was like seasonal for UPS. And I was like, man, I gotta have a job once I come home. I can't just sit on my ass. So I was destined to get a job. So I got a job, checked into school, got another job. So like now what I'm doing is I kind of took another turn, because my pops died and stuff like that. So it was kind of stuff was getting a little bit hard, because I met him once I got out of jail. It was kind of crazy, and I met all these brothers and sisters. So I know I'm abstract right now, but it's just crazy, bro. Like, and then, I've been out for like 3 years now. Haven't gotten back in no trouble. I'm staying out the way, making money. 90% of people that's out there committing crimes want a different lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, there's another 10% that enjoy that lifestyle, just ruining other people's lives, going back and forth through the system. But that other 90% really want a different lifestyle. And when you sit down and do like time and think about things and just rebuild yourself, recreate yourself, that's what I did. Because I used to always, it's crazy, every night I used to dream when I was fighting my case, I used to dream about all my mistakes I did in my life. Try to go back and like, damn, what if I could have did that? How would this have turned out? How would this have turned out? And then that just taught me like, all I do is just show you like, man, you can't live in a dream. That shoulda, coulda, woulda, you can't do that. I could reflect on it, but I gotta still push forward, because that's what like defines me.